So how to meditate or start meditating. If you're a person that is watching this, you're a beginner, you've never meditated before, or you are actually meditating, but sometimes you still feel like your mind wanders, or that at times you don't feel fully present, this video is for you or for anyone interested in this topic. And basically, I'm just going to give you very simple and realistic tips about how to start meditating and how to start having a regular practice. And I want to clarify here that even if you're not a spiritual person, you can meditate. You do not need to believe in a specific higher power or anything beyond of what you see to meditate, because meditation, what it does is actually it connects you to yourself, to your higher power, which is you, your higher self, which is you in a higher state of consciousness, in a higher state of awareness, of love, of light, of intuition. And if you're not spiritual in simple terms, that is just you when you're the most calm, empowered, confident, aligned to your goals, to your desires, and believing in your true self and your abilities, which we all have that, even if it's difficult at times. So obviously meditation, it's shown sometimes as a very spiritual practice, which it is a spiritual practice because, being honest, we are all spirits living a human experience. But even if you don't believe in that, I fully respect that. I have many meditations that are for everybody. And obviously there are certain ones that I specifically concentrate on the universe, whatever you believe in. But there are many others with different topics that you can actually experience and do that do not have to be specific for spiritual things. So the first step is going to have to be obviously finding a suitable space. It can be anywhere. I don't think there are specific rules that you need to follow to meditate. So you can do it at home. You can do it in your office. You can do it in the car while not driving, please. You can do it in the park. You can do it anywhere you want. There doesn't need to be a specific place. Obviously, it does need to be quiet for you to concentrate more, but it is good also, once you have a more developed practice, to do it maybe in places that are not as quiet, just so you concentrate more and more in yourself instead of the outside world. But that comes after, of course, after some practice. Find a suitable space that you won't be disturbed. So I said the office, but obviously if you're in the office, make sure your notifications are off and you won't be interrupted, but you can do it anywhere. The second step is the position, how to sit, how to, in this case, have a posture for meditation. This is the same. Sit however you like. Lie down if you have to lie down. If you tend to fall asleep, don't lie down, because then you're going to fall asleep every time you're meditating, which is great. It's a great way of relaxation. So perhaps do it at nighttime, but try to not practice if you fall asleep easily, because then you're going to always miss a little bit the experience of connecting fully to yourself, to your mind, to your body, and to that particular meditation. So the position, do whatever you want. You do not have to do that position that we see everywhere, the yogi position, with the legs crossed. That sometimes for some people it's very difficult. I personally don't do that when I meditate, and I believe everybody should just sit however you want. The important thing is that you have a straight back, straight spine. Like, for example, here that I'm in an office chair, I can meditate like this. So it doesn't really matter. Just do it however you feel comfortable and wherever you feel comfortable. I don't believe we can tell people exactly what you have to do. I can advise and give you some tips and guidance like I'm doing in this video. I don't believe the true learnings come from someone telling you do this because this is the only right way. I don't believe in this. I think you should discover for yourself what works for you, and what works for me might not work for you. So that's why it's good also to practice and to see what practice suits you better. So after the position, as I said, it's very important to have a straight back, a straight spine, but the rest doesn't matter. just make sure you are comfortable. You're in a comfortable place that you won't be disturbed. The other thing is how to breathe. Because sometimes when we get distracted or we're thinking about what we have to do later or whatever happened yesterday, this tends to happen in our human minds. So it's okay. Just don't judge your thoughts, but go back to your breathing. So, how to breathe? The best breathing techniques usually are through your diaphragm. Okay, so it's like above your stomach in this case. And I said that wrong. It's diaphragm in English, not diaphragm, but you understand what I mean. It's through there. So there are simple techniques that you can do. Like if you place one hand into your stomach, once you breathe, you're gonna feel like you can imagine if you have like a balloon inside. So as you see here, I'm not using my chest, I'm using my diaphragm here. So that takes practice. How you can start is putting one hand, placing one hand or two, and seeing how your belly rises up and down. But if this is too difficult, just breathe because we are very used to breathing through our chest. The problem with breathing through your chest is it's always like a more shallow, short breath. And sometimes that type of breath, we use it when we are stressed or like when we are in fight or flight response when something has happened. And you see when someone is distressed, they use very shallow breaths through their chest. So it's not the most recommendable way to breathe. It's always better to breathe through your stomach, okay? But if you can't, it's okay. Just take one step at a time. Try to practice that while you're doing the meditation. And also you'll see how, because you're concentrating on that, you'll start thinking a little bit less because you're focused on one part of your body in this case. I would recommend to always use the same counts for in breaths, out breaths. But again, there's many different techniques. Okay, there's box breathing is the same, but there are other techniques where it's a shorter count of in and a longer count of out. You can follow specific breath work techniques or practitioners that there's many around the world. But the most basic ones that you can do for meditations is just count the same amount, unless in the meditation the person, the voice is guiding you otherwise. When you're breathing, it's very beneficial, as I mentioned, stomach breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, while you inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose as well. We are more used to breathing through our mouth, but there's many proven benefits about breathing only in and out through your nose that can benefit your body. I personally use nose breathing when I'm meditating, but it is true that some loads of meditations I have, I know not everybody's used to this, so I recommend just breathe out through your mouth. And also it's good at the end and the beginning of meditation because it helps you release more stress. It's kind of like a breath out. It's like letting it all go. You can do that, but if you want to start practicing the correct breathing technique, it will be in through your nose, out through your nose, while you try to do it through your stomach, not your chest. Then it's important to mention there are many types of meditations. So the ones that I do here in my channel are guided meditations. So it's just me guiding you through a short, easy meditation. I do them beginner friendly. That's why I'm putting an input in. If you've never meditated before, I wanted to do that because many years ago, I thought I couldn't meditate. I was that type of person that said, I'm an overthinker. I can't stand, I can't stay still. I can relax, but my mind is going on and going and going. And this happens to so many people. So I thought, oh, I can't do that. The meditation is not for me. And there's so many people I hear saying that as well, or they've come to me saying this information. And just know that you can. Like any skill in life, like anything in life, if you want to try, if you want to experience the benefits and the positive outcomes into your life, you can just try and practice. Like no skill is just given to us. We can have different talents, but it takes time and work and persistence and daily commitment to be able to be the best at something, right? Like any career, like any skill you have, any sport, you have to practice. So it's the same with meditation. So even if it's 5 minutes a day or a few times a week or a practice that you have once a week at least to be getting used to it. You can start by 5 minutes. That's how I started, 5-minute guided meditations. Guided meditations are my favorite meditations. But again, there's so many types of meditation. So I encourage you to explore. Explore and see what works for you. I don't like, again, this advice that guided meditations are bad. So many spiritual people are saying now that guided meditations are bad, that you need to sit in silence because it's not a real practice, whatever. Personally, we go back to the same thing. I don't believe this advice should be given. Everybody should do what feels right for them. Try and see which one works for you. There is walking meditations, okay? Like walking and feeling your body, your breath, focusing on that. There is music meditation. You can listen to a very high vibrational music track and just close your eye and concentrate on that, meditate. There is silent meditation, which is just with you, your body, your soul, and some breath work. There's contemplation meditation, like perhaps you can contemplate nature and be there in the present moment. Anything that brings you to the present moment is meditation. It doesn't need to be a very complicated, specific ritual. Besides that, with guided meditations, it's just usually focusing on the voice of the guide in this case. So you just have to focus on their voice, what they are instructing you to do, the guidance. But you also then you'll find how you're focusing on yourself to focus on your body, on your breath, on visualizing something. And I want to explain here as well, visualization, while it's really powerful, I am aware that some people can't visualize at first or in a long time. It's hard for them to see things, to imagine a specific picture or a thing they want to visualize. That's okay too. Start slow, and if you can't visualize something, just focus on your body, on your breath. Go back to your breath. Every time your mind wanders or you're feeling not at ease or your mind is just going everywhere else, it's okay. Just don't judge your thoughts, okay? Observe them like a cloud passing by and slowly let them go. Do not attach to them. That would be the best guidance that I can give, but they are going to come in. Meditation is not about leaving your mind blank. It's about focusing on the present moment and embracing your body, your soul, your spirit in the moment. Because unfortunately, we think. And we think most of the time, and that's okay. It's part of being human. So instead of pushing and trying to, oh, I don't want to think about anything, why not try to learn techniques that help us concentrate more on things that serve us, that are valuable to us, and that help us with our daily lives. So those are the things that you can slowly start to do. And again, try different ones. See what works for you. Go now if you want after this video. I have many free meditations here. Some are really short, like 5 minutes long. Try one and see how you feel after. And even if you do it and you feel like your mind is going everywhere, again, it's okay. It takes practice. While you're doing it, remind yourself that it's like a skill, it's like a sport, it's like something that you need to learn and develop. Just remind yourself that you're doing the best you can and that you're actually being so powerful because you're taking the steps and the action to improve your life a little bit that day. You're deciding to do a 5-minute meditation, which it doesn't need to be too long. I know some people have very busy lifestyles, but if you have a very busy lifestyle, if you tend to overthink, if you are anxious, if you have a lot of negative thoughts, your body is telling you that you might need meditation. And even if it's 5 minutes, conscious breathing, guided meditation, walking meditation, feeling the presence of your body, of yourself in that moment, that is powerful enough. Okay, so meditation can be anything, as I said, that brings you into the present moment. I don't want to convince you here of how many positive benefits meditation has, because you can research all about this and it's actually really powerful. All I do in these videos and with my voice is to bring my own experience my personal insights, my professional knowledge, my professional insights to be able to guide you into start listening more to yourself, start connecting more to yourself, and you start seeing what makes you feel better in your life. I tend to forget to introduce myself in the videos. I am Stefania, and I'm a meditation guide, an intuitive and a spiritual coach for men. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. And as I mentioned, please feel free to check all of my guided meditations here and see how you feel after practicing with one. I hope you have a great day and thank you so much.